Thanks, Terry. I didn't know I'd have to follow Mac Elfering. Somebody probably should have told me that. Like Terry said, my name is Chris DeCrans. My wife, Amy, and I have two graduates from Blessed Trinity. Ellie, who's a senior at Holy Angels, and Elena, who's a sophomore at Holy Angels. They're both here tonight selling you beads and other things, I'm sure, tonight. Our son Elias is in 8th grade, and I've been teaching social studies at Holy Angels for the last 17 years. When Terry approached me to speak to you about my experience, she was explaining that she would really like to have like a parent perspective. So about 12 years ago, my wife and I were living in a beautiful house in Northeast Minneapolis. We loved our neighborhood, we loved our community, and I'd been teaching at Holy Angels for about 4 years. At about that time, I decided that Holy Angels was where I wanted to be. So we decided that, this is where I'm going to teach for the foreseeable future. When our Ellie was in kindergarten, we struggled to find a school in our neighborhood where we both felt like she could thrive. It was then that I really started to pay attention to the schools that my own students came from. It seemed that many of my favorite students were from Blessed Trinity, right across the parking lot from Holy Angels. How convenient is that? These kids tended to have some important characteristics in common. They were smart, humble, polite, caring. They acted with integrity, and most of all, they seemed to have an ability to understand others' points of view and feel empathy for others. At that point, it became clear to us that we wanted our children to attend Blessed Trinity, and so we packed up and moved to Richfield. Ellie was introduced to Blessed Trinity in first grade with our wonderful Mrs. Wyrick, and we were hooked. Fast forward 12 years, and we have two BT graduates who are beautiful, upstanding, empathetic young women, and our 8th grade son who's been lucky enough to have attended only one school, this one, and we're still hooked. Here's an understatement that will apply to most of you in the room. Last year was kind of a difficult year. I was in a unique position as a teacher and a parent. And I'll be honest, last year was extremely difficult as a teacher. I know other teachers in the room would agree. When Amy and I talked to our non-BT friends, we heard all about how last year was really difficult on their kids, their families, how frustrating school was in general. Our son's experience last year during COVID was different, but it was great. He had a wonderful 7th grade year. He's having another great year this year. I was amazed at how quickly our wonderful teachers at Blessed Trinity turned things around so quickly and professionally. Our teachers maintain their important connections to the students and help make school as normal as possible. I know how difficult this was, and you all did an amazing job. From everyone in our family, thank you for what you did and continue to do. Amy and I are convinced that the difference between our experience and many of our friends' experiences has everything to do with the fact that teachers at Blessed Trinity have a passion for Catholic education. This is their vocation. Thank you, Blessed Trinity teachers. When Amy and I were first introduced to Blessed Trinity, parents of kids older than ours counseled us to get involved, and we did. And maybe Amy more than me, to be honest. This involvement in Blessed Trinity is not going to end when Elias graduates this spring. We've witnessed how critical Blessed Trinity has been in the lives of so many kids besides our own. We've experienced firsthand the value of Catholic education at a school like Blessed Trinity, and we've witnessed Blessed Trinity stay true to its mission to make this education accessible to any family who wants this for their own kids. That's why we're committed to see this beautiful gift continue to be gifted to kids and families long after our son graduates. We're asking everyone to come together with us to give generously tonight. Please consider giving your time, your prayers, and your financial donations to Blessed Trinity so we can make sure everyone has access to this wonderful education. Thank you very much.